Hey everybody, it's Kate Richburg. Apologies all for the tardiness. My phone forced an update, so I had to update it. Had to get all of that going. So, but I see that you all have been super busy in the chat. Happy day before American Thanksgiving. I love it that you are all here. I'm just checking everybody's jumping on. Awesome. Everyone is here. Good. Well then, let me sit, relax for a second with my kind of messy background as I'm seeing. I'm festive, so it's time for the Spode coffee cups, even though it is Thanksgiving and not Christmas. So here we are. I love a Spode place setting. So it's almost time to get them out. So again, happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. Happy Wednesday to our international friends, because I know that you all watch from all over the world, worldwide. Today, a couple of things. We're going to do my fresh Expedition Bracelet that I've got here. We're going to look at that. And then I know so many of you are getting ready, and this is a big travel day for everyone. But I thought what would be fun today, I'm going to give you a little preview of what we're going to do on Friday. And then I've got a giveaway because it's the day before Thanksgiving. So even before you know what it is, I'm going to tell you, you know how we do here on the shows. For the giveaway, it's #turkey. Type in #turkey. You can enter as many times as you want, but we're only going to gather one of those comments. And a little bit later at the end of the broadcast, and I'll show you in a few what I'm giving away. But it has to do with Friday's broadcast. I think you'll like it. So #turkey, 2 lucky winners for that. And yes, someone did say Expedition. I'm excited for it. And I love it. You're already putting in #turkey. Love, love, love. Jan, I hope everything down in San Diego is good for you down there. I hope you're having good, wonderful weather. I hope that everyone's travel weather is good for this holiday. We're going to have, I have people over already. My old school buddy, Beth, is here. She's tubing beads as we speak. Miranda's bustling around filling orders. Chris just went and got one last bag of dressing. So it is full swing. I'm making Chex Mix. Not right now, but later. So, because it's not Thanksgiving without Chex Mix, my friends. All right. Well, cheers to all of you. Let's get to it. Let's get to our project. And let me get to what I'm giving away. Oh, and thank you so much for so many of you joining me today. I know it's such a busy day, the day before Thanksgiving here in the States, but I appreciate you all taking the time out for us today. All right, let me add this to the stage. Janice is like, what are we giving away? Well, I'm going to tell you. Let me get all of this in. Oh, you know what? I have to fix my camera direction. Here we go. Let me do that. Fixing the camera direction. There it is. All right. That looks a little bit better. Here's the expeditions. Let me put down what I'm going to give away today. Let me zoom in. It's what Beth is actually tubing as we speak. Drea and I got our heads together. So tomorrow there's going to be something special for Thanksgiving. You'll see that in the newsletter. Friday, Drea and I are back with a show on what we do every holiday season. We do the snowflake earrings. So those will be done. And we also have 2 mixes that are going to launch on Friday. They're super duo mixes that we're going to use in our snowflake projects. Drea did this one. This one's called Sugar, which is a bunch of the Halo super duos. And I did this one called Spice, which has some nebulas and that matte copper in there. So those are going to launch on Friday, but I'm going to give 2 away today. Okay, so 2 of you will win it today. Those are going to launch on Friday. Saturday morning, I'm going to do a little stitch in for you folks. We're going to do a fun stitch in project. And we are going to do that on Saturday, and I'll announce that. You'll have to look at the newsletter on Saturday morning. I love it. Oh, Jojo just commented, Miranda, vegetarian, #turkey.
What a nerd.
What a nerd. We love you, Jojo, and we're really, really excited that you're coming on Monday to help us pull more of these orders. The team is all pulling. We're going to be caught up, you guys. I know it sounds like a broken record, but we're going to be caught up so soon so that you will be getting your orders from this Super Duo mix early enough so that you will be able to make those for holidays. Okay. And it got the turkey. It got the turkey hashtag, but I love #Tofurkey, right? Great to see everybody here. And yes, everyone drive safely, travel safely. All right. So let's start off. We've got like 100 of you watching now. So let's do one giveaway now. And I'm going to give one giveaway at the end. Okay. So #turkey. Let me make sure that we're getting, yeah, good. Let me add the screen here. Bear with me here just a second. Let me do that. Liz, don't worry. I was late as well. We're making green beans too, right? Also, I want to know what everybody's making for tomorrow. So drop that in the comments as well. I'm making a whole bunch of things. My mom asked to make peanut brittle, and the answer on that, Glenda, is yes. And if you want to make some fudge, I won't say no to that either. Love it. Sharon is saying, anyone else started eating their pumpkin pie yet? I'm feeling my willpower slipping away. No, but you know what we did? We had Chris buy us some apple turnovers this morning for breakfast. So, yeah. So, yeah. And my mom shared her homemade peanut brittle recipe last year. It's so easy and so good. Maybe I think we'll get it out of the archives and we will publish it in the newsletter again because it's so easy to make and really fun. So friends, make sure you do like Dav is and put that hashtag in front of turkey. We have 60 entries. We'll do one here. Now I'll give away the sugar one here, and then I'll do spice at the end. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I love it. Julie, my kind of girl. You're going out. That's awesome. That's awesome. Love it. Okay. Let's do a poll for this one. Let's see who the lucky winner is going to be for the sugar. Ruth, you are the winner of the sugar mix. Let us know, Ruth, if you have an order that we're waiting to send out, or just email us, my friend, over at, let me get that slider up. Email us over at info@beadhshop.com and we'll get this one out to you. I'm going to put a Post-it note. I'm handing this to Miranda. This goes to Ruth Balster, or Ruth. Maybe if I had a pen that worked. Okay, there we go. That she gets the sugar. Done. Handed to Miranda. We will do this one at the end. Okay. Fun. I like a giveaway. You know me. Okay. So, and Ruth, yay. Awesome. Well, congratulations, my friend. Let's go ahead and let me show you what I thought we would do. I've had this Expedition bracelet up my sleeve for a while, and I thought it would be the perfect time to share it. Let me just highlight this screen here. There we go. And so I thought that, whoops, sorry, let me get rid of this comment. Bear with me here just a second. There we are. So I thought it would be fun to do the day before Thanksgiving. I only had enough for like 50 kits. So there's only 50, and I'm not sure where we are with the kits. We will get these out to you fairly quickly because I know you might want to make them for the holiday. Expedition, my friends, was like the number one. I did it at the start of the Great Bead Extravaganza. It was a Great Bead Extravaganza project, I think, in 2022. You friends, here it is. Thanks, Michelle. It debuted October 6, 2021. My goodness. It was a good one. I bet, Michelle, you have it in you to make another one. It's so easy to do. So I did this kit, and I like to make our kits. I like to name them after adventurous women. So this time we named it, and I wanna pull it up on my. I don't know if you read the newsletter this morning, but we named it after the woman who supposedly completed Paul Revere's ride here. And I'm pulling up. Let me see. Come on. It's loading slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, because Drea wrote a nice piece on it in the newsletter. So this Expedition bracelet, it's called Sybil, and I named it for Sybil Ludington. And as they say, as the story goes, the woman who may have actually completed Paul Revere's famous ride. At 16, Sybil took flight on a 40-mile expedition on April 26, 1777, to rally militiamen after the British raided and burned Danbury, Connecticut. Several family accounts of her heroism exist, so we are choosing to believe the tale of Sybil. And so, yeah, it does have a little bit of King Tut's tomb vibes, right? For sure. I love this bracelet for sure, and I'm going to show you how to make it, right? It's super easy to do, and as Ellen is commenting, she loves this bracelet. The Lydia chain is the best, and even your non-jewelry making friends made one. It's so simple to do. What you need in it, and I have another one. This was the very first one that I made. The other expeditions, and sorry, I know my nail polish is a little it's a little grimy. I'll redo it. I know it's a little chipped, so apologies for that. Working hands this week, my friends. What you need is the 5mm flat leather. We sell it by the meter, so a meter will actually make 2. We sell a foot of this chain, so if you buy the chain, we sell it by the foot. You can get 2 bracelets out of that. And then I use 1.5mm leather to do the weaving. In the kit, you're going to get 1.5 yards, which is enough to make, right? And this one here is the dots clasp. And you just need a 10mm magnetic clasp. I have the dots clasp, but you can use any of our 10mm clasps for that, right? So I also am showing this one. I did this one for the Great Bead Extravaganza. This was a kit, but we carry these now. I used a smaller leather. This is the 1 millimeter. And instead of chain, I used metal beads. I used I think these are the 4 millimeter saucers, but you could use the 5 millimeters. And this is the metal bead. What's this called? The elongated diamond or something like that.
Diamond?
3/4 diamond, 3-sided diamond.
3/4.
3-corner diamond is what it is. Miranda knows these beads better than I do, for sure. And you can see I just used the plain cool loop clasp on the back. So it's a really fast, fun, and easy gift to make. Let me put it around my wrist. And then I'll get the kit open. But if this kit isn't what you're looking for, sorry. Oh, I hit my camera and I might have, sorry, let me get back there. Oh, putting on that bracelet. There we go. Let's see if this is on. There we are. Okay. There we are. Let me put it back on there. Okay. So this is the one that the kit is, and it has that dark brown, has the dark brown leather, the Pacific 1.5 millimeter, and the antique Love of Lydia chain. Okay. And I love the way that these can stack. Let me highlight this one. I love how these can stack. This stacks beautifully. Let me take off my watch so I can make a stack. This is from the confetti one that Emily did. It stacks really well with that. This one also, this is the boho bangle. I love how the boho bangle stacks with it, right? I love it. Miranda, they're talking about you.
Oh my goodness.
They are saying, Dawn says Miranda's become a bead expert. That is for sure. And Janice said, Miranda's become a lighthouse, a comfy couch, a race car, and a miracle worker.
Oh, so sweet.
Same.
That's like Jojo makes fun of me, like, because I know all the beads.
You do.
Oh, okay.
You knew.
Bead expert.
My blue 20 millimeter leather bracelet close by, Lynn. I know which one you're talking of. That would stack really well with this. I think it's in the bracelet bin. That's the one where I did the peyote stitch. The peyote stitch with the shadows around it. I don't see it up here. I think it's in the bin. I mean, not in the bin, but in the bracelet bin. You know what I mean. But anyway, all right. There it is. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Alita. She posted Sybil's story on the Facebook bead table I love it. Alita, maybe that's how I remember. Alita says, I posted Sybil's story on Facebook bead table on April 28th, suggesting her for the Shiro bracelet. There's a statue of Sybil somewhere. She was riding side saddle. Oh. I love it. I love it. Maybe that's where I remembered, because Drea and I were trying to come up with one, and wasn't there someone who completed that Paul Revere ride? I love it. I love it. So great minds think alike. And yes, she was riding side saddle. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, well, let's get to how to make this piece. Okay, let me show you. You may actually already have the things in your stash, which is great. You can certainly stash dive for this. But in the kit, in the Sybil kit, it's all there for you. So let me get some Zap glue. I should have done this while I was chatting, but today I really have the attention span of a gnat, I'm telling you.
Gnat?
Well, something. I don't know.
A goldfish.
A goldfish. Something.
A gnat.
I'm all over the place today. Oh, and here is, if you missed it, I really am like a magpie. I'm so distracted by shiny things today. If you missed my last Saturday stitch in, it was so much fun doing this little pine cone bauble. It's up on our YouTube channel with the list of ingredients. It was really, really fun to make. So if you're looking for a little bit of a respite and you've got some long megatamas, this is a perfect one to do. So in your kit, like I was saying, you've got 6 inches of the brass Love of Lydia. You've got a brass dots clasp. You've got this beautiful Pacific leather. And you've got the dark brown strap leather here. Okay. And what you do essentially is we're going to start off. You're going to take this, and this is 1/2 meter, which is 19 inches about of the strap leather. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this in half. Okay. And this bracelet will be adaptable to various wrist lengths. Okay. Let me take this one off and let me measure it for you so you can see. The one that I'm wearing, where's my tape measure? Really? Here's one. I got it. I got my tape measure. This one, door to door on my wrist, it's about 7 inches, which is about how I like to wear these thicker bracelets like this. Okay. If you need a bracelet that's a little bit longer, okay, you're still going to just use this 6 inches of bracelets here, or do this chain, okay? And you're going to make this woven section at the clasps a little bit longer, because here is the length that I cut off at the end from when I was done. Okay, so you get about almost 3 more inches. So you could make this bracelet up to 7, 8, 9, 10 inches thereabouts, right? If you were making it for someone else, because you have 1.5 yards of this 1.5 millimeter. So your weaving here would just be a little bit longer. Okay. And then, pardon me, sorry, that sneeze snuck up on me. I don't know where that came from. I think maybe the bead dust here is getting me. You just have the 6 inches here, and then you'd have a little bit of a longer woven piece on the beginning and on the end. So to start this off, I've cut this in half, and I'm going to make sure that my ends of my cord here, my flat leather, are nice and flat. Okay, like so. Now, oh, thank you, Leslie. Now, I'm going to come in and I'm going to add the zap, see, right on the end of this leather. Now I keep my clasp together, and I'm going to just come in and I'm going to put those 2 strands of leather in just like so, and I'm going to let it sit there for a second. Okay. So you could use, I'm using 1.5 millimeter, and the side of this Love of Lydia chain, it's pretty big, right? You could do this with different chain as well. Any other chain that has a pretty big hole, pretty big loop size or link size. One I was thinking about would be, let me see if it's here. Here it is. Even something like this Rustico chain that's directional. right? Like if it would be a skinnier bracelet. But the whole idea, this would make a nice one. The whole idea of this design is, see if you can see it here, is that one chain link sits facing up and the other chain link faces down so you can weave through it. This is a small chain link, so I would do with something like this chain, the Rustico, I would do probably a 0.5 millimeter with this, right? This has such a large opening that the 1.5 works nicely. You could, as we did before, we could do it with beads. You could also do this with big shadows. You could use it with a 1 millimeter. Wheat chain, you could also definitely do this with wheat chain. Wheat chain you could stitch with, like we do in the 5-stitch bracelet. You could definitely use wheat. So I think that this is just a really great technique to go stash diving with your chain for sure. I love the Rustico chain as well. Let me see. There's another one, this wrapped link. Ooh, Beth, look at all of those. Nice. Give us a count and put them in a bag.
Count?
Please, so I know what to put up. Just the count on the tubes, please. Please, please, and thank you.
Okay.
Here's the wrapped link. Look at how nice that wrapped link looks there too. That would look good there as well. So any of the chain, you just have to experiment with the ratio of the opening of the chain link versus the size of the leather that you're using. I'm tempted about this one. Maybe you'll see another kit come out there soon. Hello, my friend Tina. Tina, can you see I'm using my lovely dishes from you? Love them so. I love it. It's like we're around the Thanksgiving table. I am so super thankful for each and every one of you. Don't forget, my friends, hashtag turkey. We are going to do one more giveaway at the end of this broadcast. So hashtag turkey, and we'll do the spice mix for Friday. These are going to launch on Friday. All right. So I think I vamped long enough. I think this is in there. This is in there nice and tightly. So now all I do, my friends, is I take my 1.5 millimeter. I'm going to unfurl it. And I'm going to start to weave. Now at the beginning, I've done about 4 to 5 weaves here. Okay. So basically all I do is in the back, I'll turn this over so you can see it. I start here with the end kind of towards the back. You can glue it down. I can come back and do a glue. But you know what I do is I bring it around the front and then I weave and I weave kind of over the tail like that. Can you see? Let me get in a little tighter so you can see it. Okay. Let me get in a little tighter. There we go. Can you see that there? Now I'm going to come in and just weave over and under and over and under using the whole 1.5 yards. Oh, here's a post-it for this. Oh, you do? Okay, great. When you come visit me for Thanksgiving, I put you to work. But Beth knows. She used to come Saturdays when we had the bead store, when we had Beadhshop in San Francisco, and help people, or at least say to people, I don't know the answer to that, but I think I know someone who does. Those were fun times.
Can you help me? I don't know.
Let's find out. Always game. So see, here's 3. Let's do 4, and I'm going to do 5 right here. and 5. Okay, there we go. So now let me get this back under. So this is how you start. Now, this length of 5 weaves, 5 on one side, kind of 4 on the other, it's about a 1/2 inch. So let's say that you wanted to make this a little bit longer and you wanted it, say you wanted it instead of 7 inches, you wanted it to be 8 inches. I'd add another 1/2 inch here, or 5 weaves on this end, right? Before you add the chain. All right. And you don't really glue anything down. So if you make it and you're like, oh, at the other end, it's not quite right, or the length is funny, you could unweave it, of course, add some, add or take away the weaves here. But for my 7-inch bracelet, you can see I've done this. This actually has 5 on one side, 4 on the other. But I'm going to come back over now here, and that'll be the 5th one. So this will be 5. Okay. So now what I do is I start to lay my chain in here. And my apologies. I was going to do my nails last night, but our guests started coming, and Chris made a delicious dinner, and I just didn't. So here we are. So I'm going to just lay this in, and I'm going to start with my 1.5 millimeter. I'm going to go through that chain like that, right? So that's going over. Now I come in and I turn the chain, I turn it upside down, and I go around and I go under. And I go through the same chain link, okay, like that. Okay, and then I slide it up, okay? I want to make sure the little dots on the Love of Lydia chain are on the top, right? So now I'm going to come below here. I'm going to go over. I drop down to the next link. Over. I flip. And I go under. Okay. And essentially, you just keep doing that. I'm going to go a little bit faster at Kate's speed. I'm going to show you a couple of the pitfalls that might happen. The pitfalls aren't many in this. This bracelet is actually pretty easy and pretty fast. You could knock this out for a gift like the afternoon of the gifting event for sure, or the morning of a gifting event, right? So see how I'm just dropping down now to the next, the next open chain. Whoops, sorry, hitting the thing. And the leather, Tina, it is going through twice. So you could kind of herringbone this too if you did like a ladder. You could kind of traditional ladder it instead of coming through from one side and kind of whip stitching it. You could come through both sides and cross, if that makes sense, right? You could also, don't quote me on this because I haven't tried it, but the link is so large that I bet you could use 2 millimeter. I would have to test it, but my feeling is yes on that. So see how I keep dropping it down, weaving it through. This is one of the pitfalls that sometimes it gets a little tangled here. Let me do that. There, no. Hang on. Oh, it was supposed to be on the back. Sorry. I'm talking and trying to fix this all at the same time. This goes on the back. There we go. And I didn't come around that leg. All right. Shoo. There we are, back on track. So the thing here is you want to make sure as you're weaving that this chain doesn't link up or sit up on top of itself, right? So as I'm weaving, I'm also kind of pulling this chain down so it's nice and flat as it goes across the chain. And yes, Trish, hopefully I answered that question. Yes, you can definitely weave it like a braid, like we would be doing a wrap bracelet, right? And in that case, what we would do is maybe we'd get a little more leather, maybe 2 yards in that case. And we would put the center of the leather back here. And we would braid, right, like herringbone. And then we would come in with the leather on one side this way and this way. Okay. So now we're just going to continue on. And go through. And we're about halfway there. I'm just going to keep going. And you could use, so this, like I was saying, is 1.5 millimeter that I've got here. You could go smaller. For this chain, though, I probably wouldn't go any smaller than 1 millimeter, to be honest. Right? I think 1.5 is the sweet spot for this. This one here, just to give you that visual one more time, that is 1 millimeter. But test it, especially if you have different chain, different things at home, you know. You could also use, we have the rounded rectangle crimp end that's 10 millimeters. So instead of using a magnetic clasp like this, we could use that 10 millimeter rounded end, and then this could be a section in a wrap bracelet, right? Or you could connect like a conventional clasp to it, if that makes sense. All you need are the closures here, you know, the clasp to be 10 millimeters, okay? Because that's what these two end up being. The rounded loop ends look really nice, and I think this would look great in a wrap. You could, I don't know, use some, I'm kind of forming the pattern in my head already. You could use some of the shadows from Kate's Favorite and do portion of the wrap that way, and then you could ladder a portion of this chain using that rounded loop end. That would look really good. We're going to revisit. I know we haven't done a wrap bracelet in a while, so I promise you that we will have some more wraps after the new year and some fresh clasps and stuff. You know, this move has been kind of crazy, but you know what? We're getting our bead feet back under us for sure and getting things moving and shaking. If you haven't done a Kate's Favorite, if you're new around here, I should have worn it today. I have it on my jewelry table. I really love it. It is a great unisex design for sure, just like this one is. I think everyone would love wearing this one. It's super fast. Let me get the rounded bracelet. Let me see. Miranda, would you grab me a rounded crimp end, the 10 mil? Mm-hmm. I'll show it to you so you can see that visual. Whoops, I skipped that one. Let me go back there. Thanks, Janice, for linking the Kate's favorite. We also have a lot of 10 millimeter clasps. Would you also grab, Miranda, for me, the Book of Kells? Mm-hmm. That's Janice's favorite clasp. They're on the bottom. I think they're on the bottom of. Aren't they there? It's the rounded crimp end. Rounded loop end? Yeah, rounded loop end. Sorry. 10 mil, I think. It's the rectangle. Maybe then it's the rectangle. You know which one? It's
what color Book of Kells?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Copper it is.
Perfect. We will, Myra, be getting the silver Love of Lydia. Janice, take note on that. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. There's the Book of Kells. JP is taking notes. This would look great as a hat band. 100% it would. I'm almost done with this. And the rounded loop end is coming. Rounded rectangle?
Yes.
That's what it is, right?
Usually too.
Yeah. Thank you. There it is. I'm going to show you how that looks too. Oh, it's sold out. That's why we don't have it. They'll be getting it back in.
The silver?
The silver. Yeah, we love it. And you know, when I did this project for the Great Bead Extravaganza, we had stocked a whole bunch of chain. I think we sold like 400 kits that time. It was really crazy. And we sold out of all of our chain. And suppliers, other bead suppliers around the internet, we had people emailing me, thanking me for doing this design, because we pretty much sold everyone out of that Love of Lydia. And I think that people are still making this. I still see it around the web. So I'm really happy that people love it. So we will get the Love of Lydia in. The thing that makes this chain so good is, and it sits so nicely, is because of the little nubs right here, right? Really nice. I love it. So we'll be getting it out. Oh, and I'm so glad, Myra, you get a lot of love for it. We do too. We just love it. I don't know. It was really just kind of a lightning brain hit. I just love this chain so much, and I just love the way it looks for that. So we really appreciate you folks making this project, and that it was so successful for you. Almost done here. Then I'm going to measure it. Okay. It really is a Beadhshop top design for sure. Thanks, Ellen. This is the Book of Kells. This is Janice's favorite, and it is newsflash, JP. I know that we've been talking with one of our vendors. Janice has another favorite component that is shown in the Prairie Project that we couldn't get for forever. And I know that we have it, JP, coming, I think, in all flavors, or at least 2 colorways, right? And so that will be here. Hopefully you'll see it close around the new year. But it's one that's near and dear to Janice's heart that we haven't been able to get for a long time. So we're going to be having that one back in. I know I'm teasing you with it, but it's another super safe staple. And yes, Janice is saying the component is called Surrounded, and we're getting it in silver, brass, and copper. So we'll have Janice on. We'll make the bracelet. It is another great all gender design that is so good. We're going to be getting that one back in. I don't even have one. I'm going to make mine probably in copper. It would be a great one to stack with this bracelet, and we use the Book of Kells for the clasp on it. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to let this sit here for just a second, and then I'll show you how to close it off. But let me show you the closure on this one. So this is the rounded rectangle. And can you see how it's the 10 millimeter, so 2 of the 5 millimeter flat go in here. Okay, so you could, let me zoom out here. There we go. And yeah, the bracelet's the one that when Janice is on live, it's the one she always wears. We're really excited to get it back in. So stay tuned to your newsletters. You'll get more info on that. And so see here how this rounded rectangle, how nice it looks with that. You could use the rounded rectangle on the end instead, and then connect it to more wrap bracelet or to a different clasp or whatever, right? I really like it. Let me see if I can get a wrap bracelet off my board here. This is one that I did with all the super duos, and the colors don't really match and stuff, but I did this super duo wrap. It's 3 different types of super duo laddering with it. But wouldn't this look cool just connected? You could connect your leather that way, right? So you could have one wrap that's like this and one wrap that's the super duo, kind of the skinnier super duo one. You could do it even like this with the skinny herringbone. I think it would look really, really terrific. So it'd be fun, right? Janice, are you ready? I'm ready for you to make a wrap bracelet too, for sure. I love it. Love, love, love. But this would look great. I love this super duo wrap. This is one, I think I did it last year when we did all 3 of the different types of, or 4 stitches, I think, with the super duos. I did it this way here. I did this plain herringbone one here. This is when we got the pearl 1.5 back in. This is the one I did, like Janice did, the one with the super duos called Seashore. This was kind of that seashore kind of look. Let me get a little closer in here. Right, so it has 8 millimeters and then the super duo. And then this is the herringbone super duo that has the 8/0 on the inside. Right, I just love all of these. And I didn't use a lot of hardware. This one I just did with KO, laddered with KO, and that just has a knot right there. Okay, so it just wraps. I think this is a 4. No, I made this a 3 wrap, I think is what I did. Let me put that through. Yeah, this is basically a 3 wrap like this. Right? It's really a good one. And I can't remember what it's called. Go into Wrap Bracelets, Super Duo Wraps. It's there. But this has kind of a chevron. This is with all the halos. I think it's when we started carrying all the halos, which I think look great. And so that's going to be the one that Ruth won, the mix that Ruth won. Oh, I already sent it over to, no, here it is. This one here has the halos. This is what Drea is going to be using for her snowflake earring on Friday. And stay tuned, hang tight, my friends. We're going to do this giveaway in just a second. But let me show you how to finish this one off. Okay, so I hope you can see how this works, this rounded rectangle. Just glue it in, start your laddering with leather, however you want to do it, right? It would be just the same as this is. So let's finish it up here. So let me measure. My goal is to have this 7 inches in length, right? So I'm measuring from like where the clasp is going to connect, kind of right there in the middle. So I need to weave. This is going to give me about 5 wraps over here. Janice, get out of my head. I think we definitely should do a wrap with the Sybil super duos. Wouldn't the metal super duos in here, it would really enhance it, I think. The symbols are so awesome. And Janice, Miranda has been doing some recon and she has to send them to you. We've been talking about some new symbols, right? Miranda's found some and she's like, we don't carry these. And I'm like, well, we need to. So for the new year, we're going to add, we found some really cool designs. So see here, I'm just going to wrap it around. I just start weaving, right? Like this. Let me get a little tighter in here. The symbols are so nicely made with them. I know, right? Miranda to the rescue. New product alert. So see here, I'm going to get 5. I just heard you exclaim under your breath. Everything okay over there?
There's a lot of combines right
here. Yeah, there's a lot of... Miranda's combining as we speak. I know, we need a lot of we need a lot of help from Alfred. I don't know why Alfie isn't out here today.
He's slacking today.
Yeah.
Last 2 days he was working hard.
Yeah, he's been working hard out here, but past couple of days he's been slacking. So see there, I'm kind of evening those out. And I'm also making sure, see how I run my hands down this chain so the chain is nice and flat. And see, look, I check it. See, one of those nubs is hiding right there. So I want to get that out. There we go. That's good. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we are. And I'm going to weave that in. That looks good. Let me measure. Here. And yes, that looks exactly right. So I'm going to bring this around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. And so now our friend Michelle taught us that trick with the toothpick. Where is my toothpick? Maybe it's in this one. No.
I have one.
Do you? Where I had one. My toothpick container was just here, though. Why can't I see it? Miranda's all.
I'm assuming you're using it for glue.
Yeah, I am.
So it's okay.
Oh, that'll work.
Best toothpicks in the world.
I know. I have these too. I like them. I'm gonna have to mark it though. Usually I use a wood one, but Miranda has this one, so it'll work. I don't know what happened to my toothpick. I don't know. They're usually in this drawer though. Nope. Don't know. I'm all over the place today. Remember, you get your wood toothpick. In this case, it's this one. I'm going to come in and we're going to look and we're going to see that's the length that we need, right, to cut. So I'm going to line this up right here. I'm going to use that as my visual. And I'm going to hold my thumb there. That's going to be where it goes. Okay. And when I have the wooden toothpick, I'm going to leave this right here because this one's a good one for glue. You just mark it with your.
Oh, I thought it might have been.
Yeah, it's my dispenser. Then I don't know.
You have like a little shaker thing?
Yeah, the little shaker. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Moment is come and gone. So here I'm going to get in a little bit tighter. And I'm going to come in and clip. Okay. So now I'm ready to glue. Oh, Miranda, Myra is asking, combine her last 2 orders and get them out.
Asking?
Asking nicely. She says, please forgive me if I've already asked. Myra, not a problem. We're on it.
You got it, girl.
We're on it. Janice, you don't even need to check. Miranda's on it already. But do, my friends, If you have questions or you need order help, shoot those questions on over to Drea, because every morning we communicate with Drea. Drea tells us if we need to expedite something or if we need to combine something or whatever it is. Okay. And we get it out. Order notes, we all check order notes, but sometimes if your notes are in the order notes, especially right now when we've got so many things to keep track of, once in a while, those will go astray.
Did you say Myra H?
Yeah, Myra H.
Yeah, we'll definitely. Hers are in there as combined.
Yep, they're in as combined. They're coming up, so don't worry. Well, we got you. And Myra says, I've had way too much caffeine today. Please forgive me if I'm getting cranky. Girl, same. Don't worry. We got you. It's the time of year, and we are here for you.
We're always caffeinated.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. So don't you worry. We got you. So see here, I want to make sure that gets glued down. And see how I just put that in there? I didn't even talk about what I was doing. I was just gluing it in. So there it is. That's it. Put the glue back. Put the lid back on your glue. And that, as they say, my friends, is that. That's how fast it took for me to do. Okay. So you have extra of this. Let me zoom out here. You've got plenty of cord here and plenty of length here to make it a little bit longer. Okay, if you need to. Okay. Let me see here. Making sure. Okay. There we go. And yes, friends, also for our Canadian friends, if I know that there's a postal strike going on now, Drea's reached out to you. So let us know in the emails. Email us. We can UPS your orders out if you don't want to wait for the strike. So I know Drea's in communication with you folks there, but I wanted to let you know that we were on it. Okay. Bead spinners are coming, Sharon. I promise you. It's coming. JoJo's coming to help us. So we're going to get those orders out even faster. And then we'll be on an even keel. I promise you. I know that you folks have been super patient. It's been a little bit of a learning curve to be back with fulfillment, but I super appreciate all of that. So here. This is done. This is good to go. So that's how easy it is, my friends. Let's go ahead. I'm going to add myself to back to the stream here. And we're going to go ahead. I want #turkey, just like Robin is doing. We're going to do our second giveaway. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, and Sharon, I appreciate that. That really goes straight to my heart. You know, we've always been super fast with shipping, always, but coming back here and getting everything organized, and it's been a little, it hasn't been rocky, but it's just been a lot of work. And sometimes, you know, true to my form, I jump in and I don't think about the end game. I just think about how to organize it at the beginning and stuff. Right. So, but we are getting there. And especially, we've got plans for the new year for all kinds of really great stuff. It just takes a while to get the ship righted again, right? So we certainly appreciate your patience with us. It's one of the things that we are thankful for this Thanksgiving. So thank you. But we're getting more help. We're understanding what it takes to get those orders out again. So, pardon me. A lot of love for you. There. So let me add this back. Ruth was our last winner. So let's get someone winning for this spice mix. So let's do it. Oh, we've got 100 entries. I love it. Well, 98, close. So let's see who that winner is. Melanie, this is going out to you. Obviously, after the Canadian strike ends, we'll see if you've got an order, but we'll get this to you. Myra, the commute would be all the way out to California, and I know you're maybe somewhere in the Midwest, I think. But yes, Mel, there you are. This goes to let me write it down here. I'm going to give this to Miranda, and it's going to you, my friend. Perfect. All right. So that's that. What we wanted to tell you folks, just as a reminder for this week, we're off tomorrow having our Thanksgiving meals with our family. We'll be back on Friday. Drea will be with me for our traditional snowflake. This is not the snowflake, but it has a super duo in it. So, super duo snowflake earring. She and I are going to do it. We will have a limited amount of our super duo mixes that go live on Friday. Janice has a little gift for those of you who place an order tomorrow. Pardon me, there's a little Janice gift that are going in orders tomorrow for the first 50 orders. And then on Saturday, I have a Saturday stitch-in for you. So busy times over here at Beadhshop West for sure. So what I wanted to say before I signed off, my friends, is a big happy Thanksgiving to my American friends, however and whenever and wherever you celebrate it, here in the States, across the land, all of that. It's a day for us. It's a day of thanks and Thanksgiving. We are thankful for each one of you who stick with us through thick and thin, helping us to employ people and, make this small business humming along. Janice has been doing this since 1982. I've been doing this with her since 1992. So we are in it for the long haul, and we really, really appreciate you. So anyway, that's our little kind of sappy, loving. And Janice says, and I echo that, thank you for everyone who's worldwide, this wonderful worldwide bead community that you keep coming back to us. We really, really appreciate it every day that an order comes through. And we get so many wonderful, very kind, really heartfelt emails from all of you. So we really, really, each one of us appreciates you. So that being said, before I start to weep aloud here on our broadcast, so much thankfulness, and Drea and I will see you Friday. Have a good rest, relax, rejoice, and we'll see you on Friday, everybody. Thanks so much, all. Appreciate you. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.